Welcome to another Forex Bootcamp training. This is Rose Mateer, your favorite Forex trainer. Um, Today, I want to start off with this platform that you see in front of you. It's with Funding Pips. Now, Funding Pips, once a month, they have a Forex competition, meaning you could apply to attend or be part of this competition a few days, maybe a day or two before the month starts, and they will send you credentials as far as your login username to their trading platform where you can actually trade on a demo account with fake money and try to grow that money and try to fall into one of these slots within the competition. Of course, there's first place, second place, and third place. Okay. Now I am part of the competition for the month of May, and there's 27 days left within the competition. So the competition for May is already closed. You're gonna have to wait till June to get into the June competition, and then again, they'll send you your credentials, and you'll be able to log in and simulate some trades for yourself within the platform. And there's prizes that you could win. You could win um, um, a Forex challenge, a challenge account, whereby if you could pass your challenge, you could split your profits with this company, and this is real money that you'll be trading with. And all you're going to do is try to pass their challenge. And here you learn more about your account and the description. And there are rules. If you violate any of the rules, the challenge or the competition you would fail. Okay, but as you can see here, there's already people who are killing it. Okay, so for this particular person, submitted 23 trades within the platform, has a 100% ratio, which is they haven't lost one trade, which is amazing in itself. There's a few of them like that, but they profited over $175,924.13 in their demo account. That's why this person's number one on the leaderboard. Okay. Now, as far as yours truly, myself, I'm in position 1,583. Okay. My stats are as follows. Okay. My total gains, 0.58%. They give you a $100,000 balance. Okay. I grew the account so far to $576.52. So I'm in the green. I'm not in first, second, or third place, but that's okay. I got 27 days left to try to grow this account and try to fall in on the top three. That's going to be a journey. I'm going to expect to, be successful overnight. So I'll trade this account on a consistent basis to see if I can fall into the first top three. And my goal is to at least be second place. Okay, if not fall into first place. My win ratio is 67%. That means I've been profitable so far. Out of 100 trades, 67% of my trades were profitable. Okay, and I've been trading NASDAQ, which is NDX 100. Okay, number of trades I've placed so far, I'm trying to minimize the number of trades I place to at least 3 a day. Okay, and sometimes it'll be more, sometimes it'll be less, depending on my trade setup and when I place a trade and so on and so forth. So we're going to dive in to the charts in a moment, but here are the rules. The trading rules are pretty much you get 10% maximum overall loss. So I can't lose 10% of the account maximum. I can't lose no more than 5% of the account in one day. Okay. The EA exception is prohibited, so I can't use any bots or anything like that to trade for me, which means I got to trade myself. That'd be a violation if I use an EA bot. Okay, so yeah, I would encourage you guys to, take down this link. Let me pause the video, and it'll be in the description area as well. At the end of this video, since you're watching it from YouTube, whereby you can click on the link, go directly to the website, and register. When the June competition window opens, you want to at least register. Okay, just set your goals, have high expectations, and trade the account daily, and see how close can you get to the top three positions. Okay, so that's exciting in itself, and you can invite your friends because once you become uh, um, a competitor in this competition, you can also become a referrer and refer your friends to this platform as well, and then invite them to compete with you, and then you can run your own little contest between your colleagues and trading friends and so on and so forth. So that's up to you. I wanted to share that with you, but let's dive into the chart. Today's chart strategy is going to be one of which that I want you guys to take notes on. Okay, I'm going to remove everything from the chart here and things up a little bit. All right, so here's the chart. Now, the strategy I'm going to share with you is one of which you're going to have to learn how to be patient. You're going to learn how to execute. Okay, and it falls with a couple of currency pairs. This one's going to be EURO, which is EUR USD. Okay, and I mean, I want you guys to practice it. Can pretty much take this off because the market's closed. So I'm actually in a trade over the weekend, and I'm just waiting for the Sunday night to see if it'll turn green or I'm being in profit. But it's okay. This is a demo account with its fake funds here, so not sweating that really too much. Okay, so what is this strategy? Well, this strategy has a lot to do with time frames. So we're going to go to the 15-minute time frame. Okay. And in the 15-minute time frame, actually, we'll do it in the 5-minute time frame. Okay, we're going to go in the 5-minute time frame, and we're going to look for um, this to a couple of days back. Let's start, say, Thursday. And you're going to mark your chart at 8 o'clock p.m., which is 20:00, right? Military time. You can go there Thursday. So we're going to mark the chart with a vertical line. This is Thursday at 8 o'clock. Okay. And then we're going to stretch this out all the way to midnight, which is 00. Okay. Now between this is your zone. Okay. In this zone from 8 o'clock p.m. to midnight, you're going to mark the high of of that zone. Okay. I'm going to mark the high before, okay, before midnight. That's the high. And then the low in that zone. Okay. All right. So now between midnight and 2 o'clock in the morning, okay. And this also happens at 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the morning if you can't do the London session, the Euro session. But if you can do the London session, you're going to mark now the midnight to 2 o'clock. And from midnight to 2 o'clock, you're not going to place a trade. You're just going to wait for your kill zone. Your kill zone is going to be 2 a.m. to 5 p.m. This is where you want to place your trade within this time frame. What are you going to look for? Okay. Well, let's go back. It's a 5-minute chart from 8 p.m. to midnight, mark the high and the low, right? From midnight to 2 o'clock in the morning, no trades. You're not going to place a trade in within that area. So do not place a trade. But from 2 o'clock to 5 a.m., you're going to place your trade. This is what you're going to look. Okay. You're going to wait for a break of either the top zone, then a retest of the break, and a break, and a trend going higher. Okay. Okay. You're going to wait for this pattern to develop. A break, okay, of top or bottom zone, and then a retest, okay? You can see right here, it broke right here after 2 o'clock, okay? It broke right here with this white candle. The black candle came back and retouched the line. Okay? It's the top of the line, right? It's it right here. Came back and retouched the line. And then you would place your trade on the very next candle, which is this bullish engulfing candle. And you could place it within this candle, or you could wait for this candle to close and place your trade right at the beginning of the next candle. Okay. Probably saying, well, Wells, I'll be in drawdown, but take a look at this. If you place your trade right here, right, on this candle, and you place your stop loss below, okay, there's a couple of places you could place your stop loss below this area here. Give it some breathing room so you don't get stopped out. Okay. If you enter the trade long position on this candle here, this white candle, and you place your stop right here, and you stretch this out, or you do a one for one, okay, or a 1 to 2, one to two, okay. This is your trade, right? Number one, it never came down to hit your stop loss. Number two, if you fast forward, like, because you don't know none of this when you place your trade, of course, you don't know what's going on. All you know is that it broke the top, okay, of your zone. It broke out of that zone, came back and retouched your support line. Because once you have resistance and you have support, if it breaks resistance, it becomes support. So it comes back and hits support, bounces off support, and if you fast forward to right here, this candle right here, this white candle right here, close out your trade and profit. You see? Right there. So that white candle was your exit, okay? Which means you made 1 to 2 on that trade. All right. Okay, I want you guys to practice that because it happens a lot between those time frame. Again, let's do a recap. You're gonna mark your zone, 8 p.m. to midnight, Monday through Friday, right? 8 p.m. to midnight. This was Thursday. And then from midnight to 2 o'clock, you're not going to place any trades between this time frame right here. No trades. But the minute 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you're going to look for a breakout of the zone that you've created between 8 a.m. We're in red for you, so you know what I'm talking about. Some thickness. That's your 8 a.m. low. Okay. And this is the high, because over here. Actually, this is the high right here. Okay. That's your low, that's your high. Okay. So what happened? It broke out of the top, right? If you say this is your support, this is your resistance, what did it do? It broke out of resistance and became support. It came back and touched support with that black candle. Okay. Now you'll either take a trade within this bullish engulfing candle, or you wait for it to close and place a trade right after, and then you put your stop loss below your low right here, stretch it out for 1 to 2, and just wait for the market to do its thing. So it's pretty much going to be setting and forgetting the trade, okay? Because it closed you out in profit right here, which is Friday, May the 2nd at 9:45 a.m. So how awesome is that strategy? Let's do another one. Let's go back in time and let's see if we can find another profitable setup. So let's go back in time. We're going to go to, let's say, Wednesday the 16th. We're going to go at 8 o'clock. All right, so this is Wednesday, April the 16th at 8 o'clock. So what are we going to do? We're going to mark 8 o'clock, and we're going to mark all the way to midnight, which is 00. So that's 00, that's midnight. So Wednesday to Thursday. All right, so this is your zone, right? So what are you going to do? Starting on this candle at 8 o'clock, that was your high, mark it. And then your low is down here. The peak there came all the way down and peak here. This is your zone. All right, now, from midnight to about 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not going to place any trades, even though you see this little dip right here. You're not going to place a trade. You're going to wait to place a trade between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Okay. Now, what are you going to wait for? You're going to wait for a break, right? Break of your zone. Okay. Where is the break of your zone? Okay, because we're already, it's like we're in the zone right here. But this candle broke your bottom support line, right? This wick broke your bottom support line. Okay. And then it gave you a gravestone candle right here. There's a gravestone. Okay. A gravestone typically tells you that it's going to go down. But this gravestone candle was a fake out candle. Okay. It's a fake out candle. because since this wick broke your support line, you're gonna place your trade at the close of this candle, or if you want to catch it during this candle, you can. But typically, you place your trade for a long position right here. Take it all the way to the top of your zone. You're going to stretch this out to go to the bottom of this zone right here. So you're giving some breathing room so you don't get stopped out. And then let's find out if we become profitable or get tapped out. Okay. Well, according to this is why you back test. Not every trade is going to be a profitable trade. So it whipped you out right here, right? So this was a losing trade. Okay. This was a 1 to a 1.3. So that's pretty much a losing trade. Okay. All right. So that we're 1-1, one win, one loss. So let's fast forward. Let's try Thursday the 24th at 8 o'clock. Clear our charts. And we're gonna mark 8 o'clock. We're gonna mark midnight. Right there. Did we do Thursday? I think we did Thursday. I don't. Okay, so this is Thursday. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna mark the high. It's a high. Market got high there, and then the market was low right here. It's the high, that's the low, right before midnight. And we could use that midnight candle. It's already on the next day. Do that. So this is your resistance, that's your support. Okay, so what's next? Well, 2 to 5 a.m. That's midnight. Midnight to 2 o'clock, I apologize. Midnight to 2 o'clock. No trade. Then 2 to 5, let's see if there's any setups that we could take advantage of. Okay. Now, funny thing with this is your zone between 2 and 5, right? It's 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. It didn't go above and it didn't go below. So no trade. You got to identify that. There's no trade because what you're looking for is a breakout of your area, a breakout, a retouch, and then a continuation. That's what you're looking for. Again, a breakout, a retouch, and a continuation. None of that happened in this zone between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Okay, so this is what you're looking for in this zone, this time zone. You could screenshot this and say to yourself, if this happens during my 2 to 5 zone, I'll place a trade based on what I see in the market. Okay, because if it comes back and hits this line here, it gives you a bullish engulfing candle. There's a candle that looks like this, and it's bigger than the candle before it. Like that. If you see a pattern like this, bullish engulfing candle, then I would anticipate to see if the next candle is going to be opening higher, okay, and you place a trade on the next candle. Same is true if you see a bearish engulfing candle on the bottom, okay, which is a little candle, and here's your bearish engulfing candle. Means it's bearish. It's right after the previous candle, so it's bigger than the candle previous, but it's longer, which is a bearish engulfing candle. Those are the two things you want to look for in this setup. Okay. All right. So that's the strategy. Practice the strategy. Back test it. Go and do historical data. Okay. Now, if you're a full-fledged member of TradingView, which is a platform I use to trade, well, not trade, but to chart my charts, you can become a paid member and you can actually simulate, okay, the whole entire thing. So, for example, I could do a replay. It's going to ask me, okay, where do you want to start? I want to start right there. And then I'm going to do all your markups and just follow to see if it's going to be going in your favor, right? Because we identified that there's no breakout. So therefore, we didn't take a trade that day. You wouldn't take a trade that day. Okay. And again, you can go back at the time. Let's go. Let's see. Tuesday the 8th. It's like April 1st. Let's do April 1st. Okay. April 1st. Mark out 8 o'clock. Mark out midnight. Okay. Mark our highs and lows. There's a high right here. This is where the peak was. Then we're going to mark the low, which is this wick down here. Is your low. Okay, now let's simulate this. Do a replay. We marked the high, we marked our low. Yes, we marked our high, we marked our low. Now, this is midnight to 2 o'clock. Midnight to 2 o'clock, we don't trade, right? And then from 2 o'clock to 5 a.m., where we wait for our setup to happen. So where we plot our strategy, so to speak. All right, so let's click play and see what we can find here. Okay, so remember, we're not trading at all in this area. Okay, now we're at 2 to 5 a.m. time frame. So what are we waiting for? What are we looking for? for a break, retest, retouch, continuation. Same as for the bottom. A break, retouch, and continuation. Let's see if we can find it. All right, hold on. We have a break right here, right? Break, break right here. So we could set our minds to think, okay, it's going to retouch, right? Retouch now, because this was support, this was resistance. It broke support, now no longer called support, it's called resistance. It's now going to retouch resistance, right? Hopefully comes back down this way, okay? Well, let's see what happens. Because you're going to wait for this candle to close, right? And see if we find a bullish engulfing or some sort of, candle that's going to point in our direction. So let's click play. Let's slow this down a little bit. Okay, there you go. Did not get a bullish engulfing. Did not get a bearish engulfing, and went right back into it, right? Therefore, no trade. Simple as that. No trade whatsoever. Because it ended up being a fake out. Okay. So if you're patient enough to witness things like this, you'll know not to take the trade. Okay. That's why back testing is important, because what you're doing is training your eye. You're trying to figure out, okay, all right, are the candles are going to go in my favor? If not, don't take a trade. You don't have to be in the market to be in the market. Okay. You can sit on your hands and wait for the next setup. Okay. Now, if you can't do the London session, mark off 7 a.m., 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., 10 a.m. Mark that off real quick. I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay. We have our highs and lows, right? So we're waiting for 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. to see if we get a breakout. Let's click play. Okay, so we got a breakout right here, right? Pause. All right, so we got a breakout over here, and we got a breakout right here. So this breakout basically went up, came back, touched your support line. Remember, because it was resistance, it crossed over. Now it's called support. Okay, so this is a tweezer top, it looks like a tweezer top. I mean, both candles are almost exactly the same. Not exactly a tweezer top, but it looks like one. So you can literally, if you wanted to, wait for, let me see. Let's see what would happen if we took a trade here. Without waiting for, I'd say wait for the bullish engulfing. Let's see if this would be a winning trade. We're in long position. So you get in, close of this candle. Let's say right here. Test this out down here. and you do a 1 to 2. Push play. Give it a little bit. Bam. Yep, there you go. This candle right here, well, this wick and this candle, close out your trade and profit. But this was a little tricky one because the only candle that really gave you an idea that it was going to go up is this bullish engulfing candle right here. Okay, I don't know if you guys, let me move this here. This bullish engulfing candle. See, we got in over here. Okay, but this doji candle also gave you an indication it's going to go higher as well. So you kind of got to read the candles to see if, if it's going to go in your direction. I did get in a little early in anticipation, okay, because I wanted to see if this would have been a winning trade. Typically, you don't want to guess. Like, I probably wouldn't have taken this trade, but at the same time, it did go in my favor, in your favor, because of two things. Number one, the doji candle, and number two, the bullish engulfing candle, because this candle, white candle, is bigger than the candle before it. So you could have waited to get right into the trade after the bullish engulfing candle, right? So right here, you would have got in right here, still stretch this out to below the lows here for a 1 to 2, okay? And you still would have profited in this trade because this wick over here would have cashed you out. So still a winning trade. So is it 100% win rate? No, no. There's some trades you're not going to take, and some trades you will take. So you could probably get a 67% win rate, 60% win rate, because there are going to be some losses factored into this strategy. But at the same time, this is where the consistency come in. If you're consistent and you wait for those time zones, this happened to be 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, you mark your highs and your lows based on your 8 o'clock, your midnight, right? Stretch that line all the way out, support and resistance, and you wait for those time periods to happen. 2 a.m. to 5 a.m., you look for a trade based on a breakout. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., you look for a breakout based on those time frames. Okay, so that's the strategy for today. I want you guys to practice that, back test it, see how many times you could find a winning trade, how many times you find a losing trade, and that would be your ratio. If you find 5 wins out of 3, then you know. If you find 5 losses out of, I don't know, 5 losses, it's totally different as well. So you got to factor in, okay, how are you going to actually implement this strategy based on your trading plan, right? So I just wanted to open up your eyes to the fact that the candles move a certain way during certain time periods. Okay. So pay attention to those time zones, right? So put that in your notes. Practice it. See if you can execute some trades during that time. Practice in the demo account. Okay, and then you might want to use that same strategy in the competition when you sign up for June 1st competition. When you sign up, just send me a message, put a comment in one of my videos underneath the video, and say, hey, I joined the competition. I want to try the strategy to see if I could fall into one of the 3 spots, first, second, or third. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for dialing into this training. Hopefully, you got some value out of the training. If you have any questions, concerns, you can just reach out to me. Put a comment with a question below. Give a thumbs up on the video if you appreciate the video. That way, more people can get access to it. Share the video with your colleagues, friends, and associates, and come back next week. All right. Don't forget to subscribe or hit the bell button, and then that way you get notifications when I do future videos. But this is one of many ways to trade. There's not one set trade, but there's more than one. And as I learn different strategies, I'll put it on my channel so that way you guys could actually practice the same strategies and see which strategy would best work for you based on your trading plan. All right, so it's all about you going after your dreams, but you got to set goals because your goals are your stepping stone in getting your dreams. So with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and you guys have a successful trading week next week. Bye for now.